We just recently learned from the costume designer of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness that yes, Spider Man was officially supposed to appear in the second film, but plans changed. So, again, this comes at us from Graham Churchyard, who was the costume designer for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Recently, he did an interview where he talked a lot about the process of working on these films, and he opened up a little bit about some of the changes in the early days and what he had in store for his production. And he reveals that in the initial draft that they got that he started to work on, Doctor Strange was supposed to feature Spider-Man. He doesn't reveal which one, but many people do speculate that it was Tobey Maguire due to the whole multiverse jumping thing, and at one point it seemed like we were going to go back to that universe just briefly due to the Sam Raimi connection, but most people believe it's probably Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and the reason this is the case is because this film was supposed to go back-to-back with Spider-Man No Way Home, take place first, then lead straight into Spider-Man No Way Home. But he reveals that due to the ongoing pandemic at the time, they had to do substantial rewrites and actors were not able to show up. So things completely got flipped upside down and changed, and ultimately they told him, you don't need Spider-Man anymore. Now it's interesting that the costume designer was told about this. So were they planning a different costume? Which is what many people believe leads to the whole Tom Holland not being the one and Tobey Maguire being the one. But again, we just don't know what the plan was, right? It could have been a multiverse version of Tom Holland's Spider-Man as well. Maybe he could have been in that whole Illuminati world, right? We don't really know. And that's the thing here. But we now can confirm it was intended. They were going to do it. It was going to happen. But the pandemic threw everything apart, and ultimately we don't have it. And I'm kind of glad, honestly. I don't see where you could have put him in, at least in the final cut of the film. Whatever the original film was, maybe.